and we make people think you can't take a break. You can work on something. That's why video games have a save button. So here we go. Save. Take a step back. Come back to it later. Then you can start cooking. Then you can start working. Because you recharge, you gotta wait. Then you might, I don't even want to go this route no more.
What up, pimpin'? What up, pimpin'? What's up, pimpin'?
What's up, brother? What's up?
Oh, you know me. I'm over here happier than pig in mud. You can throw me a pig in a blanket and go ahead and throw me in the oven, bitch. I'm cozy.
Pig in the mud, huh? That's how
I'm telling you.
Down south stuff. What's up,
But
brother?
hey,
How you
not
doing?
much, man. It's cold out here. You know, I'm down here in Florida, and it's a little chilly. You know, I'm cheap as heck, and I don't want to turn on the heater, so I'm thugging it. I'm thugging it.
He said, just give me a blankie, I'm good.
Hey, I don't even need the blanket. I got these here. Look, you know, I'm in the winter, so I'm already in bear mode. I got titties, bellies, and little arms. Look, big boy trying to be warm right now. And you see, I'm stressing out. Yeah, y'all see it right now. I'm stressing out. You see the thing bulging my little third head. That's because of y'all. Y'all not subscribing right now. So because y'all not subscribing, I'm stressed. So y'all need to figure out what y'all need to do, because help a brother out. You know, I was thinking the other day, you and I was having a conversation. Yeah. And it was while I was, you know, getting my elbows deep in the washing machine. I was helping family member out. I was out there fixing a washing machine. And we got into the conversation where we think about, in today's society with different individuals, about the hustle. You and I, we grew up in the Black community. We grew up with our dads constantly telling us we gotta hustle, we gotta grind for everything. But now we look in today's culture, and it's like, with the economy, with everything else like that, it's like, are we in survival mode, or are we in like that hustle culture? Because it could be miscued between the two. Because like that hustle culture is like, I don't want to go broke again, or I don't want to be broke, so I gotta do it. But that can also be miscued as, I'm in survival mode because I'm one bad thing away from drowning. So this is what we're gonna be talking about on this episode of Two Shades of Black.
Shades of Black. Let's go.
I'm Darkness, and that over there is Mr. Macchiato with the extra milk.
I hate you so much, man. I can't stand you. What's up, Playboy?
Not much. But I feel like that's a lot of people's question nowadays. You look at the economy, you look at everybody in the unemployment rate. I work in tech, so I can see it all day when I'm on LinkedIn, and people over here looking like, hey, who can help me find a job? Or they talking about, I just lost the job. And we in this economy where it's like, there's so many things that's involved with it. Entrepreneurship is through the roof. We got creators that's out making their own money. We got people selling a little bit, doing something strange for a piece of change. Everybody feel like they got their own business. So I'm gonna kick it off with this question. Is the hustle mentality truly empowering, or is it like a glorified burnout?
Man, that's tough, bro. And the thing is, when we have our chats, man, we be knee deep in some shit.
I'm telling
you. Go for it.
Whoa.
What's up?
Before I even get into this, I forgot to tell y'all. I remember a couple months back, I told y'all that we was going to be introducing some drinks to the episodes nowadays. And I'm here to tell you, next episode, we going to be debuting our first tasting. And we're going to be tasting on sake. I don't know if y'all know about this, but I'm a die-hard Japanese fan. And that's with anime, that's alcohol, especially alcohol. We didn't see me crack out some bottles. We used to drink on this episode, but if y'all just not showing up, Jordan couldn't keep up with the cost of the bottles. I almost put him into bankruptcy. So I thought I would, call up my good old boys at Sipped Global and tell them, yo, I know you importing that good from Japan. We need to go ahead and taste that on these episodes. So next episode, we will be bringing out sake tasting. I don't know if y'all ever tasted sake, but I'm going to be bringing Jordan through a flight of sake, educating him on individual sakes, the regions that it came from, and hell, we might even bring on some food on it and pair it with some things. Your boy over here eating Skittles and Frito-Lays. So we might need to see what it tastes like, you know? But
hey,
back to our regular programming.
Shout out to my man X, because he knows homeboy's poor. He looked out for the sake. Shout out, man. Coming to the doorstep tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Hey, I got y'all.
Hey, right. Look, ladies, he's a sugar daddy. No, I'm just kidding. But
so back to the question. Is the hustle mentality truly empowering, or is it just a glorified burnout?
Dude, you know, as I was saying, man, before we had to do that shameless plug-in, you know, that sake. But when you and I chat, man, it'll take a 5-minute to 10-minute conversation to like 2 to 3 hours. And I think it's just because they're just two young brothers just trying to uplift one another and just trying to help each other grow, right? But the thing is, when we're talking about this hustle mentality, man, it's not easy. It's not easy because we see so many things. And like you said, I think a lot of times when we hear the word hustle, we think about sports. We think about hustling. Like, you know,
every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
When you play football,
think you talking to? I'm just
like,
playing.
Yo, you gotta hustle. You know what I mean?
Right,
hey,
right.
I gotta out hustle. Let's get those 40 yards. Let's hit those 40-yard dashes. All right, you doing the lines. You gotta do the lines. Then in basketball, we used to call them suicides. You know what I mean? Down and backs, whatever we needed. You had to hustle so you could outwork the other person. So that kind of mindset, a lot of people that are really successful have that sports background, but kind of could turn into like you got to outwork somebody for so long in every act, like every spot in your life, no matter what it can be. So can it be empowering? I think it depends on how you hustle. But the thing is, one thing that I will say that X taught me is I get in that mindset. I'm just like this. I'm going, and sometimes, you know, you miss out on some things. You wake up and you gotta wake up and smell the flowers. You might miss out on a relationship. If you got children, you might miss out on your kid. You might miss out on your time with your family. You never know if you're so, you know, singularly focused. So I think that in a sense, man, I was thinking at first, like maybe it's a hustle mentality is empowering. I think it's a glorified burnout. I have to change ships because I'd be tired.
Must be so tired. Hey,
I see Cash is chilling, but I do believe that if you have the healthy balance, and that's one of the things that you and I talked about, if you have that healthy balance, definitely take a couple of days off. And there's times where I'm like, I'm sore as hell. I'm like, yo, man, I got to do this. My girl's like, lay down. I'm like, no, I can't. I got that dog in me. And the next thing you know, I'm like, the next day, oh, I can't move. Baby, help me, please. And if I would have just sat my ass down, I probably would have been Gucci. So I think once you find that happy medium, you know what I mean, figure out what works, you could be great at anything you decide to do, man.
And I agree.
So what about you? What do you think?
I think hustle mentality is a very empowering thing. And like I mentioned to you, it is a balance. And we get sometimes some individuals who go so hard that sometimes they don't see the balance, and it's constant. And I mentioned it earlier, and it was in the title of this episode, are we living in a hustle culture or a survival mode? And a lot of the times we don't get the understanding of that hustle mentality. We get the hustle mentality where like, we weren't given it with any instructions. And what I mean by like instructions, for example, as we were a little kid and our parents, I don't know, Jordan, you didn't have the background, but me and you, I wouldn't say for me, I was starving. As you can tell, I wasn't a starving individual. I wasn't missing meals. So at the end of the day, that hustle mentality is going to look completely different than someone who was starving, who couldn't rub 2 pieces of bread and make a sandwich. They was just having a bread sandwich. So the hustle mentality comes in different forms. And what I'm really kind of getting at it is, I don't think it's a glorified burnout. I think what happens is that we get like Jordan mentioned, we get so linear on what we want to get done that we don't think of other things. And when we don't think of other things or other gateways or escapes, yes, it can become a burnout. But you also have individuals who have that mentality of, I'm thinking linear, and until I accomplish what I need to accomplish, I'm going to get there. Now, what it comes down to say is, not everybody's built the same way. I know me. I ain't going to put no 72 hours of straight time into getting my craft. Did I hustle when I was younger? My hustle mentality was try early and fail often. But I wasn't losing sleep. I wasn't skipping meals. I was still going out on dates, enjoying life. You got other individuals out there who they lock themselves in a basement and they go to work. They in the lab. You don't see them for months in and months out. And you know what? Some of them burn out and some of them don't. Some of them keep going until they reach and accomplish what they've been trying to accomplish. So when it boils down to it, I really do believe hustle mentality is very empowering, but it's not for the weak. It's not for everybody. And that's why you have to know yourself and the proper way of trying to hustle. Because you can hustle and have that hustle mentality, but you also need to understand you ain't built like a Toyota Camry. You ain't going 500,000 miles. You may be a Ford Taurus where you got to stop and get maintenance every 15,000 miles. So just know who you are and stay in your lane is what I'm saying. To harp on that, though, with like that hustle mentality, the one thing that comes along with it, and I mentioned it, is that mental. Because that burnout can definitely bring a negative part to it. Because when you burn, absolutely, I done burned my little black ass off. Excuse me, well, it ain't little, but I done burned my backside out. You know, big back. I done burned it off. And here's why. I don't have, and I'm gonna put it in this way. There's individuals that have like the mentality that makes it more like an addictive personality. When you have an addictive personality, you get something in your head and you don't let go. You like a pit bull on ass. You get a hold and you get lockjaw. And no matter what it is, you ain't letting go. See me, I don't know if it's a different mindset where I don't have that lock on mentality where I'm gonna get something in my head and I'm not gonna let go or get that out of my head until I accomplish it. I'm a realist. If I get there and that booty don't taste right, I might bite for 30 seconds and I realize it ain't for me. Let go. And what I mean by that, it's you can find like a tough task. Like I mentioned earlier, I try often and fail early. If I failed, it may not be for me. But that don't mean I'm not going to stop trying. That particular part is not for me. So I need to jump to something else. Sometimes we get in a certain way, and maybe it's that instant gratification that I have, and I mentioned that on past episodes, that mentality of I didn't get what I want out of it early, so I'm going to quit. It's probably why my relationships are the same way. But that is something that me, myself, and I may need to work on. Maybe I do need to give it a little more effort than the first obstacle or the first challenge that I have that I let go. But how many of you watching this have been in that same position where it's like, oh, this doesn't give me the feeling that I imagined it was going to give me. Let me move on to something else. Jordan, you got anything in your life where you're like, you know what? I don't like the way this feels, or this didn't turn out the way that I imagined. It's like baking a cake. I know when I baked a souffle and it collapsed on me, I never tried making another souffle again.
I don't even know what a souffle actually looks like, man, to be honest with you. So, and you're like, hey, it looks great. I'm like, hey, good job, buddy. Man, I think honestly, X, I really think that when it comes down to it, bro, we look at things and we're sitting here and it's just like, if I quit, I'm gonna feel like regret. And I remember when I was younger, I remember quitting the basketball team when I was like in elementary school. And I like regretted it because I could have learned something and got better. And then I took those 2 years off. Came back and
did you quit or did you not? You got kicked off like because you didn't make the team?
I made the team. Like I quit. My uncle was a coach. Of course, I made the team. Come on.
Oh, so you're saying nepotism?
Yeah, nepotism at its finest there. But I quit because I was just like, I didn't want to play. Like I was like, this is not fun. Like it's different when you're playing with your friends in gym and different things, but you're actually playing with rules and stuff. It's
Mhm.
different. So I quit, and I was like, wait a minute, I love ball. I was like, no, forget
Pause.
that. Ball, like hooping, like I didn't say
Uh,
balls. No, you chill out. You chill with all that, man. Anyway,
oh shit!
did you almost fall? Good. I don't like ugly. I don't like ugly.
Oh God, boy! Hey, feet to the ceiling, to
Thank
the
you, my little
ceiling.
angel.
Oh
Anyway,
damn!
I think once when you don't want to quit because you don't want to live with regret, no matter what it is. And some things you just want to try to see it to the end. And sometimes that can be a positive, it can be a negative. Sometimes like you held on too long. Like my favorite sports team, we held on to our quarterback too long, and now we can't afford a quarterback to save our lives.
You talking
But
about Russell
whenever
Wilson
you're holding something, he ain't
or
he
Ben
ain't doing what he
Roethlisberger?
need to do. No, we had Ben. We should have let Ben retire like 2 years early and try to get ready for our quarterback. We could have grabbed somebody better. But besides the point, to answer your question, man, I think we hold on to things and we try to strive. And it's like for me, I failed at so many different things, man. Like from sports injuries to school. Like I left my original college and went to a different one. Like I transferred a couple times. So it's like
Oh, you was
you
in the
get. But the
transfer
thing
portal.
is, I was in the transfer portal, man. The next thing you know, this ankle didn't hold up and it was over with. But it's like one of those things, man, where you sit there and you just want to keep going. And it's like, dang, I came to school to hoop, and now I'm over here with the regular people. It don't feel right. Like, yo, Jordan, you come to like I remember going online and girls be like, "Oh, you're coming to our school?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, you gonna go? Like, yeah, you're playing for us. We can't wait to see you like juniors and seniors, and I'm a freshman and sophomore, so I'm like, yeah, let's go. But next thing you know, you don't even see me on the court because can't even walk. You know what I mean? So I felt like I,
Injury
I
prone.
regret. Yeah, my boy used to call me Glass all the time, but I was like, bro, but I'll still
Damn.
give you 20 and 5. But it is what it is. But
Yeah, but you can't do it with
regardless,
crutches.
yeah, I know. But when I don't have them, I'm pretty high. But no, man, I'll finish up with this though. It's like you want to make sure that you're doing that you felt like you set out for, and if you don't, and if your path goes somewhere else, you kind of feel like did I miss out? But one thing you did say, man, you said you try early, right? And it's like the whole thing is you get knocked down 9, get up 10. That's just what it comes down to. So that's the hustle that you need to have, not necessarily trying to murk yourself off.
And I'll give an example here before we conclude on this question. It's story time. It's story time. It's been a while since
Uh
I gave
oh.
a little story time. Coming from Florida, I was a young buck, and all I knew
Uh
was the
oh.
small town. And yeah, I
I thought
grew
y'all
up
said jit.
in young buck, jit. We got a whole bunch of terminologies. But when I was that young buck, jit, at that age, it was like I came from like a hard-working family, immigrant. Family came from Haiti. All I knew was my mama was like the American dream. You hustle, you hustle, you hustle. And when you think you can't hustle no more, you keep hustling. Because ain't nobody going to give you no handout and ain't nobody going to give you anything for free. So you ain't got to ask nobody if you already got your own. So that was the mentality. I thank my mom every day, let her rest in peace, that she instilled that in me. She gave me the opportunity because at that age, a lot of people my age was going off to college. We was playing football. We going out to college. And I'd say 90% of the kids that left came home with nothing
Ooh.
to prove for it. No education. They left they didn't even make the first year. After that
I've
football
seen that.
season, they just made it decide that they want to come home. So after I
I've seen
graduated
that.
with my degrees, I made the decision that, all right, I'm going to leave my town. I ended up going to New York. And so I brought that mentality in my head that, yo, it's the hustle mentality. So I got to New York and I put my head down. It was, yo, work, work, work. And I was working for Hertz at the time. So it was Hertz car rental. They work you to the bone. They work it like slaves. It's modern day slavery. From washing cars to dead ass. So the program that I was part of was the manager trainee program. And basically you come in as the car washer. And then you work yourself into an associate where you checking people in, checking people out, doing all that. Then you work into an assistant manager. Then you become the branch manager of that location. Well, I went through those steps and I made it to New York, where I was operation manager in New York. Now I'm in the big dogs. And I'm making some pretty decent, in the words of Mr. J over here, I was making some pretty decent coin.
Yeah.
And the problem was, I was young. I was 22 years old. And the only thing that I had in my mind was that I need to hustle and make sure this bank account look fat. Because ain't nobody going to tell me nothing. And I ain't borrowing from nobody. And it's the New York City. And here's another part of the truth. The truth was, it's funny. A lot. I moved to New York because of a TV show. Word? Yes, there was 2 TV shows, Suits and White Collar. Those 2 shows alone was like, oh, New York City gonna be cool. So I started looking the part. That hustle mentality. Look good, play good, feel good, all of the above. Hey, good. Exactly. Deion Sanders. So I started wearing fedoras, 3-piece suits, all of the above. I needed to play the part. I got to New York. I got the job that I wanted. I'm making the 6 figures. And I'm 22, fresh out of college.
Making 6 figures at 22 is crazy, dog.
Thank you.
Man, hold on, time out. Shout out to Mama X for that one. Shout out to Mama X for that one.
Ew, that
and
woman
there. Mama X on that one.
So, making 6 figures at 22. All I could think of, I need that bank account to have as many zeros as possible. So those first 2 years that I live in New York, I ain't go out at all. I was working my normal salary shift, and I was making sure I was getting them bonuses. And the only way to get those bonuses is put in those extra hours. I was working 90-hour weeks, bruh. Like I was over here an attorney. I was working 90-hour weeks to make sure I got them bonuses. And it's honest, like you mentioned, I got burned out in year 3. And what happened, I got burned out, it was I learned myself. I used to party when I was in college. I was hating life because all I did was stay in the basement of those New York buildings, cleaning cars, making sure 3, 4 o'clock in the morning I'm getting home to turn around and go back to work at 10 a.m.
Damn, that's a grind.
But you know what?
Hustle mentality.
That hustle mentality saved my life. Here's why. I took that risk. I left New York without a job. I moved to California.
It was a whole opposite way.
Because everybody told me California living. I took one trip out to California, and shout out to my boy Eddie. He took me out to California, first time ever. I got uncles that live in California. I was there when I was a little kid, but I ain't know what I ain't know. I went to LA. That bank account was sitting fat. But thank God that bank account was sitting fat because it took me 9 months to find a job. 9 months. I didn't want to go back to Hertz. Hertz was like, we'll give you another job. We'll give you the same position with more pay in LA. But I knew the hustle mentality I needed. And I didn't want to just move cities and still be in the basement. But it was that my hustle mentality. And as soon as I got my first job, I went back to the bottom. I wasn't even making 6 figures. I went from a 6-figure job down to making $40,000 a year. But you know what? Hertz already built me for it. And I went into grind mode. And that first sales job and that tech startup, oh, you couldn't tell this nigga nothing. Hey, no offense to them, but them white people that hired me and they knew they made a mistake. Bitch, I was on the phone talking about I was slinging restaurant technology, boy. And you know what? $40,000 a year. Guess what I made in my second year at that company? I was back in 6 figures based off of commission. So here's what I go to tell. Every individual has that ability to have that hustle mentality. But like you said, it's in moderation. But if I didn't have that hustle mentality starting from my mama where I was a child and I saw my mama working 3 jobs, IHOP, Burger King, and McDonald's, barely spoke English and she was going to English school while putting herself through medical school, oh, you can't see that in your household and that not be contagious. So,
I mean, we talked about it yesterday, bro. The other day when I was telling you about a story about my pops.
So when we look at it, 15 years later, boy, I ain't have a job in over a year, and your boy living comfortably. I'm still set from that mental.
Sugar daddies, ladies, go get them.
No,
go drain
buddy.
Them pockets.
No, buddy. Nah, them pockets.
Where the big booty Asians at? Let's go get them, ladies. Go get them. Put a
Not the
couple
big
bucks
booty
across it. Look,
Asians.
look. Give me a
We gotta go.
finder's fee, ladies. Give me a
Oh, we gotta
finder's
go
fee.
to Cambodia, boy. Them things come in thick packages. Anyway,
Hey,
anyways,
hey, man.
but not to
Escort
bolster.
right here. Let's go.
I did, but not to bolster or like come out of nowhere. But I just wanted y'all to understand. You can have that you can have that hustle mentality and still make it. You can just do it in moderations. Cause like now I still have the hustle mentality, but I'm hustling in things that I enjoy rather than hustling for somebody else. This brings me to my next question. For those who's watching Two Shades of Black, that means you already know we trying to be this next social media influencer. We trying to go big. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow this channel too. Yes, I'm asking you to do that. Jordan.
What's up, bro?
Are social media and influence driving this whole pressure, or is it simply reflecting it?
Be real with you, bro. I think 90% of it is fraudulent. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I think a lot. I met this model before when I was in Florida, and everything she was posting online was just like she was at this pool, she was at this party, all white this, doing this and that. And one day we all met at this one girl's house. Her car did not match what she was posting online.
Yeah, but maybe she was saving the
maneuvered.
coins.
Nah, bro. Trust me.
I don't even drive good cars. My bank account don't reflect my cars.
Nah, I seen, bro. You got some stuff from the Love the Wood that they only make like 5 of them cars, so don't even start. And I'm definitely gonna pull your card on that one. Don't try to, ladies, go get him, ladies, go get him. He's a sugar daddy, go get him. Give me the finder's fee. I need a couple of dollars.
No.
But no, man. Like, I think that social media, right? When we're looking at it, a lot of people put things on there. Because the thing about social media, not everybody. There's people that show the grind, show the, from the bottom up. I saw a post from a football player the other day, man, from the Vikings. I'm not sure if you saw it. I'm definitely gonna make a post with it sooner or later. But he said they try to put me in the dirt, but you can't bury what was from the mud. I was just like, ooh, like ooh. You can't bury what's from the mud. Like, yeah, like, you can't bury me. Like, I'm built for this, right? So it's like you see these people like social media, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Meanwhile, the bank account and that credit score ain't matching what they showing online. So I think social media definitely does pressure people to be more than what they are. And it's like, I guarantee you, we can line people up that got all these Rollies and Jordans and stuff like that, but we go and see their credit scores or their credit utilizations, it ain't matching up.
Or, they playing that keep it with the Joneses?
Yes, period. When you keep it with the Joneses, you already lost. You need to stay in your own lane. And there's things that I know I can't do, and there's things I won't do. But I know one thing, I'm in the game. I do all right for myself. I'm okay. At the end of the day, like, I'm not where some of my friends were or my friends are. Like, I think I told you about a buddy of mine. I'm not going to put this out here like that. I had a friend of mine who literally spent over $100,000 in drugs alone a year, and it was just like, bro, like, why? And it got so bad that he ended up he owed me money still. He still owed me money. So when we see these things online and seeing how social media is really influencing us to do different things, it's like, you just got to. That's where you got to just turn the blinds on, man, and focus on your craft and do what you got to do. Create your own lane. Like,
I don't know.
I don't want to do anything else other than what I want to do. If I see what X is doing, I'm going to support him, but I'm not trying to be like X. I'm not trying, like, unless something X is doing, like, yo, that's pretty cool, man. Like, can you show me the ropes? Can you teach me the game? Yeah, for sure. But when we're talking about, like, all right, if X pull up, in his Lamborghini he got outside right now, I mean, ladies, go get him, ladies. He's a sugar daddy. Give me that feet.
All this shit is from Temu.
Pull up, but there's just levels to it, man. And we are seeing this, and we're like, that's how I got to be. You can be. I will say, I can look up to somebody, or be influenced by the way they work on their craft. Absolutely. Like if you're seeing like, I mean, David Goggins is one of the ones that really talk about working and craziness. If you ever read one of his books, which I have, you will be sitting there like, this man crazy.
Was he a crackhead?
This man, David Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say that. I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. No claim defamations. I don't know. I might be mistaken it with somebody else.
Nah, David Goggins was in the Marines, man. He was like a bigger dude, and he just got in shape, and he did all these things. Like his story is great. Like he does competitive like running and like goes after
Is it that
world
black
records.
Dude?
And yeah, bald dude.
Oh, I was thinking of another dude.
And they're like, you'll always hear his
Tony
voice
Robbins
behind some crazy TikTok. I don't know who that is.
I'm throwing names out. Go ahead.
But David Goggins, man, like you want to see someone crazy that goes after it and you want to get inspired. He's always doing some type of inspirational stuff. But it's like you could take that mentality and twist it into what works for you. So I think you just got to be careful what you see because not everything you see online is what it is.
You're right. But here's also the other thing that I learned.
What
and
you
I'm
learn?
going to use some of these streamers as for like examples. A lot of these kids that started out in the early 2010s that started streaming where they literally got it from the mud. And I look at some of these individuals, these young cats that really built something for themselves. A lot of these motherfuckers was having millions before they was 18. And it wasn't like, but like you said, a lot of them was, hey, I'm going to find my own lane and I'm going to stick to my own lane. But I look at it as like the I Show Speeds, the young cat. You also look at it as like the Kai Cenats, the Phantoms, the RDC World, all of them.
Those are my guys. I love those.
Exactly.
Guys.
You look at all of those individuals and look what they did. They found a computer, they found a camera, and they went to entertaining individuals. So they took to the social medias and became those influences where they were driving, and I'm going to say driving that pressure. Because if you look at it in today's modern society, everybody now wants to be a content creator because you become an entrepreneur. Do everybody have the ability where they have that unique personality? Like, look at us. We started a podcast. Do I have that unique personality? Hell yeah. Did I feel like I wanted to show it with the world? Hell yeah. But do I really give a damn about the people watching me? Yeah, because they subscribe. But in my regular life, no. But here's also the thing. I love y'all. I love y'all. Don't get it twisted. I love what you bring to me. And that's why I come back week in and, well, not every week, but mostly week in and week out. But
we're working on it.
The social media part, I don't think it's reflecting it. I think it's creating that extra pressure because it's now created that avenue where individuals don't feel like they need to go to get a 9-to-5 to make a couple dollars. They can literally,
I think COVID has something to do with that too.
Who?
I think COVID has something to do with that too.
COVID, yes. COVID was a prime example of it. A lot of these individuals were barely escaping by. And then during COVID, when everybody was locked in, all you could do is indulge on computer. The whole world changed on how they receive information now. If you look at it in the point of cable TV, satellite TV, all their numbers are continuously going down because everybody's gathering and getting their information from YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all these social media platforms. And if you got a little bit of gift or you got a little bit of talent, it goes a long way because here's the thing about the internet. It used to take us decades to find people that were like us in this world, that shared the same interests, the same niche. Now I can hop online and tell the algorithm what I'm looking for. And in 30 days, I can have my own audience looking at me, telling me, I love what you're doing. So now it's putting that pressure on other individuals like, well, maybe my interest can show. Well, do some of them fake the funk to try to get there and get the clout? Hell yeah, there's a bad seed in every tree or every apple, and there's a bad apple in every tree. But here's the thing. The people that are making it, I applaud them because a lot of them had to get it from the muscle.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You got to get it from the mud.
So at the end of the day, I still believe social media and influence is driving that pressure because people are quitting 6-figure jobs to go try to be what these people are doing on the internet. They're chasing these views. They're chasing these subscribers. But at the end of the day, they're their own boss. They're doing hopefully something that they love. They're doing something. I hope they can sleep at night and be like, Thank you for this opportunity. Because you got some other people, and we're going to talk about, there's other kind of content creators. It's not just social media, Twitch, and all of that. This also comes like the OnlyFans. Think about the OnlyFans models out there I'm on yachts. I'm on doing exactly what you said. They ain't living life how they portraying it. You got girls at 18, as their 18th birthday, their wish is to be on OnlyFans. Because they already see on, and it's a bad, with every good there's a bad. I'm not saying OnlyFans is a bad. What I'm saying, just like on social media, you see these girls out here with sugar daddies and old men on their arms, and they think that's a lavish life. Let me go get it. But that ain't really what it is. Same with, let me go ahead and throw this twat at the goddamn screen. You gotta pay $5 and and that little poom poom ain't selling $5 on the internet. Do you know how that feels to fail? And you was trying to sell your little poom poom on the internet?
I think that's something that is not easy for people. And I think it's with any grind, OnlyFans models or not. Like when you work for something where you have to get people's attention online, it doesn't matter if you're an OnlyFans model or you're a fitness instructor. People got to see you. You got to make people want to see you and you got to be that product. And a lot of people don't know how to make themselves their own product. And that's why we'll see these people that do these OFs and OnlyFans and literally have their subscriptions. And then next thing you know, they're gone in like a year. Like, damn, well, girl, you were just like, why'd you quit? And it just ain't for them because they can't market themselves that much, or they're spending more money than they're making. And that pays a toll on a lot of people. I saw something that with OnlyFans models that the majority of them are only bringing in like $130 something a month. I just couldn't believe that. And now I'm not sure how accurate that number is, but I saw something that majority of people that have it, they're not making a lot of money. And then they quit because they just don't put in the work. Here's the thing, man, and we can move to the next topic. If you legit quit your job where people are paying you what they think you are worth, you got to be willing to put in the work. At least, now granted, the whole episode is about burnout and whatnot. You have to put in you're going to have to burn the midnight oil if you're going to invest in yourself. Because the only person that believes in you is your damn self. Some women can get sugar daddies even, and men can be sugar babies, whatever. But at the end of the day, you still got to invest in yourself. If you don't and you give up too easily, and you just put yourself naked online. Keep going. No matter what it is. It don't matter if it's content or whatever. Like you and I work on this podcast. I don't know how many episodes we got now so far.
But you know what? 22.
22 episodes. And we ain't nowhere near close to where we both know we want to be.
Yeah.
Not even a smidge. So we're going to probably be at least another 22 to like 100 more episodes before we're sitting there like, all right, we might actually got something. And this is an episode we can pull from later. Like, dang, Jordan, remember you said that? Yo, X, we're talking like next thing you know, we over here on our yachts. Like, hey, what you gonna get in that yacht today? I might get the SS Minnow Johnson. Like, I don't know, but you know what? We gonna have something. Me and my one boy talking about getting defenders. I want to get a defender next year. I got to save up for it. I got to put the money out there. I got to make sure my spending habits are right. The way it's looking, I ain't gonna get that defender next year. You know what? I'm a damn sure keep trying.
Yeah.
You got to keep going. You got to put in the work. So anyone that's a content creator, like we're out here, like no, like dude, you watch football, you play football. So Le'Veon Bell that like went and stopped playing for the Steelers and play for the Jets. And like the Steelers only willing to give me this. I'm only willing to y'all, like I did all this for y'all. And this is like, I know my worth. Right. I catch passes and I tote the rock. I'll give you 1,200 yards rushing and I might give you 700 receiving. Y'all only want to pay me like $25 million when I know I'm worth 40. And when we look at these 9-to-5 jobs, yeah, okay, you have a associate's degree, $35,000. Bachelor's degree, about 60. Master's degree, we'll give you 85. That's all y'all think I'm worth? I went to school for this much? Oh no. Now, okay, you think you're worth more than $85,000 or more? You better put in the work and show that you worth that. Because if not, then you just another one of these mother suckers that really just talking. And dog, one thing I can't stand is someone that just be yapping for no reason. Right now, I'm yapping. At least I got a reason. I got a reason to yap because I want this. Ray Lewis said it, man. He's like, you might be faster than me, you might be stronger than me, but you're not going to outwork me. Period. Because if I want something bad enough, man, and you know me, dog, I'll tell you quick, man. I'll be like, dog, we got plans already. We'll talk about them on a later episode. But I'm already ready to go. You like, yo, bro, calm down. I'm like, I got this ready. I did that. That thing that you asked me to do, I already did it. Dog, I ain't playing around. I'm seeing you the screenshot later. But at the end of the day, man, I'll wrap up my point with this, man. It's like you just gotta want it. If you want to be your own boss, you gotta want it. You gotta be willing to like. I can't buy that right now. I'll give it later.
I agree with it. And you know what? This funny thing that you brought it up with, like, if you gonna cash in and be all about you, then you gotta go all in on you. And you know what? 2024 was that thing for me. Because there were some other circumstances of why I got rid of my 9-to-5 and my consulting gigs. But what did I do during that time? I started my anime channel, and that thing is still pumping. It's growing. I got a community over there. And you know what? I've been pushing. I'm well over 300 videos on my anime channel. And you know what? That's from where I said, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. Luckily, I had money to throw at it. Not every YouTuber got money to throw at it when they start a channel. But luckily, I had enough money to throw at it and work smarter than harder. But at the end of the day, it's full on a whole year. Did I get burnt out? Hell yeah, I got burnt out in the beginning.
Get tired.
I figured out a way to make sure I can live with both. And now that I'm being able to live with both, shoot, I'm happy than ever. And that channel is still growing. And that's why you are now looking at me on 2 Shades of Black, because I decided I wanted to make another channel. And then now I got another channel idea that I'm going to make too, so they can all grow simultaneously. And if I did what I did with my last one, this time next year, 2 Shades of Black is going to be known. So therefore, y'all just make sure y'all, hop on and come along for the ride. Either way, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I know I already said that a couple times, but I just want to make sure y'all do that. Appreciate it. But for the last topic before I kick y'all ass out my room, what's the balance between chasing success and protecting your peace? Because a lot of people who's watching this right now and a lot of people out in this world don't know how to make that balance. So I want to hear from you first before I weigh in on it.
Oh, you want to bring it home? You're the closer. All right.
Of course I'm the closer. I started it.
Okay.
Or you want to bring it home? About this. You can bring it home. Let me start off. I can start. No.
You sure?
Yeah. Hey, if I open it, you can go ahead and bring it home.
All right. Oh, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot to me. All right. What you got there?
The balance between chasing success and protecting your peace. First and foremost, your peace is everything. You need to have a place where you have peace. There is no success without peace. Because once you get to and the thing about success is a very subjective word. Because my success isn't Jordan's success, isn't Timbuktu's success, isn't John Doe's success, isn't Jethro's success. Everybody's success is different. But you know what the thing is that everybody's the same? Is our peace of mind. And you know what? Some people get those misconstrued, that unless I'm successful, I can't have peace. I disagree. You
said this before.
You may get to a success where that success helps you get to your peace faster, but it is not going to be where your peace starts. And why I say this, the balance and the chasing of success is essentially your mind is constantly working. And when your mind is constantly working, it never has a state of solace. It doesn't have a state of peace or a plateau where you can say, okay, I can rest my eyes. I know for a fact Jordan is a very ambitious person. I have a lot of ambitious individuals in my life, and it's a good thing to be ambitious. But it's also a good thing to know that you need peace, or there's a such thing as being overly ambitious. Because overly ambitious leads to what we talked about in the beginning of this episode, burnout. When you're seeking that success, and I'm going to say this one thing. Everybody usually has that one thing, that one meme that they pass around. I'm sure, and I'll have it posted up here. It's that one meme where it's like the guy with the pitchfork who is digging for gold. And then you got the other guy who's digging for gold, but you never know how far you are. The one thing about this meme that it never says is how many breaks you can take in between. No one said you couldn't stop digging. No one said you couldn't stop hustling. But in order to actually enjoy the success and enjoy the hustle and the fruits of your labor, you got to be able to give your time to relax, that peace. When you come home from a hard days of work, you hustled your behind off. What do you want to do when you get home? Be peaceful. Relax them bones. Relax the muscles. And your mind is the same way. You can't work your body 24/7, just like you can't work your mind 24/7. You got to have that balance of peace. And your peace can be, I don't know, if you in a hot tub for 30 seconds or you in a you over here watching midget porn. Whatever your peace is, you find your peace. And when you find your peace, enjoy the state of being in that peace. Because as soon as you go back into work mode, that's that stress you have in your head. And you don't want to stress yourself out too much, because here's the funny thing, we can chase that dollar all the hell we want, but we never know what time it's going to be when we go. So you can go the day after you find your success. But what was your journey like along the way? Keep that in mind. And while we over here chasing our dreams, our success, and everything else like that, we're also missing out on the people that we supposedly are supposed to love on. And because we missing out on those people, what are we doing? We chasing that dollar, and that dollar ain't gonna hug us at the end of the day. And I yield the floor to you.
Dude. Holy crap. Well, one, bravo. That was amazing. Two, you legit. This is where the nerd about to come out of me. See that guy right there? The little green guy? Bulbasaur.
Same thing.
Pokemon, right? All right, while I bring that up. Anyone who's ever watched Pokemon, this is for the 90s kids. This is literally for the ones who grew up on this anime, who played this game. But you really just described how grown-ups can look at and apply Pokemon to their life. It's crazy. Now, you're like, what the hell is Jordan talking about? It's always me.
What the hell are you talking about?
All right. Obviously, you probably don't have no real connection to Pokemon. I do.
I used to have Pokemon when I was younger, but it wasn't like I was over here watching all the TV shows.
I was watching TV shows. But here's the thing.
See, I was one of those kids that was outside.
I was outside too, but I can do both. I mean, shoot. Anyway, here's what I'm saying. You said so much stuff and so much things that people probably can't even all right, he's probably just yapping, he's talking. But if you literally listen to it, I'm going to get to my point. You can go after that journey. The main character of Pokemon, his name is Ash. He collects 8 badges to become the best. That whole show was so long of a 10-year-old kid. The kid basically never grows up. But here's the thing. What you said, he got to the point where he wanted to go. He got to the championship and he didn't win. He won a couple of them throughout the way, but he took his time. He explored. You have to be able to sit back and smell the flowers. And here's the thing. I have to work on that. I know that for a fact. I talk to you almost every day now. And the thing is,
I'm a good listener.
I gotta do that. I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. And you're like, yo, you're gonna burn yourself out. My man Hectic did the same thing. Like, yo, chill, Jordan. Like, but I have that mentality. I gotta go. I can be saying here firsthand to anyone listening, all the people subscribers, like, yo, burnout is real. I'd be sitting there like, I'd be mad. Just look at my girl, just like, yo, man, you suck. And for no reason, because I'm mad at everything, and she's just so happy-go-lucky in her own space. And it's just like, bro, like, you're not worried about this. But then you said what you said, X. You said, hey, I can work so hard, get everything I accomplished today, tomorrow. And I never got a chance to enjoy the fruits of my labor. So if you can smell the flowers while you're still here, while chasing that dream, you can make it happen. And I think about that meme you talk about, and I'm glad you let me go second because I can reflect off. Because I see them digging into the hole, and the goal's right there to do it. And he's just like, fuck it, I quit. I can't do no more. The other cat's just, you're right. We never see them take the breaks. We don't ever imply that message, and we make people think you can't take a break. You can work on something. That's why video games have a save button. That's why they stopped. They used to just be like, hey, you play once you hit start, you got to keep going.
Yeezy.
We got memory cards now. We got time to save. So here we go. Save. Take a step back. Come back to it later. Then you can start cooking. Then you can start working. Because you're recharged. You got to wait. Then you might, I don't even want to go this route no more. I don't want to go this route. And now you're better. Now you're better. So why not? So we're sitting here, dog. We can't just kill ourselves to do these things because it used to be the American dream. Mice and men, like we gotta live off the fat of the land. If anyone ever read that book, we gotta go to school. We
You
gotta
know
go to
that's
college.
banned in the U.S. too.
Is it now? Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's crazy.
It's banned.
So
banned in a lot of schools. It's banned in the schools. It's not banned in the U.S.
Probably To Kill a Mockingbird is too. But I mean, we ain't ready for those conversations. Might get some of our followers upset at us again, but whatever.
Oh, I don't care.
Here's the thing, man. When you sit back, smell the flowers, enjoy your time, you can be great and become better. And I'm learning that each day. And it's hard because, shoot, there's times I'm pretty sure, like, if me and him lived in the same city, and maybe that may happen one day, there might be times he might have to put me in a bear hug, like, yo, you need to chill. Because he knows that I'm like, yo, I gotta do this. Like, I literally hit him up for an idea yesterday that I was like, oh, I got this. I'm gonna just write it out anyway. And my mind just goes. So when I get on this podcast and we're talking, it's like I get a chance, and here's my space. Here's my peace. Here's my place where I can chill out because I'm doing something that I love and it's not taking much out of me. I'm creating content. I am chilling. This is my space. You won't really see my girl in my top 8. You like that bar right there? It's right here. It's right here. This is my area. She ain't in here. I get a chance to be here, be on my own. I make it as anime, as video game-ish, as much as I want. And now I can come back. And then when I leave, once I go through this other door over here,
it's shared space.
I'm back at the grind. But this is my space. This is my domain. And the thing is, if y'all haven't seen the way he's working on his room, I feel like I'm one of those like ants that don't know how to build. Like I'm like a builder, but I'm not as good as him. If you look, he got clouds. Like he's gonna have like some 3D like lightning effects coming soon. And I'm like, I could put some lights down. Ooh, lights. So, but I'm making it my space, right? All jokes aside, I'm making it my space. I feel comfortable here. All I need now is probably just change this futon off into a bed. My girl might never see me. But hey, I'm here and I'm chill. Like we were supposed to do something else today and we switched it up because we can't. We're building a brand for ourselves. And this is how we do it. And I say all that to say this, y'all. You could be the best you. You could be the best person you want to be, but don't kill yourself in the process. Your success is what you make of it. And I learned that from him. Because what I look at success is different than somebody else. And I had to sit back like, they ain't working hard enough. But to them, that might be the best that they have. That might be the best that they get. And they're happy. That might not make me happy. But I have to understand, yo, hey, take a step back. It's going to be all right. What you're asking, what you're trying to do is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Absolutely. And before we sign off, there's a couple shout outs that I need to do to some of my friends. I don't know if you got friends like that. First one would be Brittany. She's going to be mad that I even mentioned her name on here, but Brittany. And here's why I say Brittany, and I'm going to do a shout out. It's because she taught me something. I like to believe that I'm in a space right now where I would say I'm successful. I'm comfortable. Huh?
This story that you're about to share that we literally just gave me
a couple days ago, yeah.
I appreciate that.
I do.
Hold on, I feel some type of way.
For what?
This was my story to help me get through stuff. Now you're giving it to everyone else. You're giving everyone the same sauce.
I'm out here trying to help everybody find a little inner peace. But sit your behind back down. Anyways, why I give her a shout out. This is one of my very closest friends. And why I say this is my closest friends, because she taught me something and I didn't even realize that. It wasn't until years later that I realized she taught me. Brittany had came into some money and it wasn't too much, but she was just like, you know what? I'm going to save it so that I'm comfortable. Me in my head in a constant hustle mentality, I'm like, why don't you do this with it? Why don't you do that with it? Why don't you put it in investments? Why don't you make it move? You can stack that up and you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars if you just put a little bit more effort into doing it this way. And she said, yo, why would I want to add more stress to my life if I'm happy with where I'm at now? I have my job. I have my budget. I know what I need to make each week in order for me to have a comfortable life. I just want to make enough money so that I can eat, have a couple of drinks a week, make sure my dog is fed, have a little money in the bank in case I need any emergencies. But outside of that, why do I need to strive for more? I don't have no kids. I don't have nobody to leave it for. My dog is my child. So why am I going to be hustling and breaking my back and stressing myself out when I'm happy with just having enough for me to be happy? And when she said that, I was like, I don't understand. You got all this money out here in this world and you over here talking about I got enough? Nobody got enough. I want all these big things. She's like, why? I have a car that's outside that takes me to and from work, that takes me where I need to be. Yeah, it has a car note, but I can afford that. That's in my budget. Why do I need more than one car? Well, I'm over here like, I need 2, 3, 4 cars. Oh, my car need to be the top of the line. If it ain't in the last century, if it ain't the last decade, it ain't for me. It need to be like at least the oldest 3 years. But it wasn't until about last year, maybe actually before that, we were having a conversation and it really dawned on me. It's like, why am I chasing all these materialistic things? Yes, I have aspirations. Yes, she got goals, but she's good. She's happy. This girl, not to put her business out, this girl made X amount of dollars. And it's not to bolster me or put her down, but I looked at it as like, she said, one shift I made this. I'm like, Britt, that's just 2 hours for me at work. And she's like, you know what? The difference between you and me, I'm happy with this. I could go home and turn off my brain. I can go watch TV, no stress. Can you say the same? And I said, hell no, I'm always panicking. I'm always worried about the next month sucker behind me about to take my job. I'm always worried about the business about to go under. I'm always stressed that I need to keep this lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And she over there just like, I'm just worried to make sure I'm fed and my dog is fed. So for that, I appreciate Brittany for that. Her success is different than mine, but it also tells me my success doesn't always have to be the money, the cars, the clothes. I like the women. I'm always going to want the women, but the cars, the money, the clothes, I'm still going to keep the women. But the second shout out, and then we can wrap it up. My bad.
Sugar daddy.
No sugar daddy. I give a shout out to my boy, Eddie. And here's why I give him, and I mentioned him early because he's the one that introduced me to California. Why I give him a shout out. This man is a world traveler. I'm a world traveler too. But he is a man that doesn't need to live beyond his means. This man left America and our capitalistic, materialistic world and said, you know what? I'm going to go live in Colombia. He has aspirations and I know he does. But the fact of the matter is, instead of chasing the American dream and trying to find a better job and create more stress, what's that saying? More money, more problems. Mm-hmm. That goes into 9 to 5 too. So he decided that he wanted to go to Colombia. He gonna live like a king, but he's gonna live it on a lower dollar. So he finds his inner peace. He's more peaceful because he's in a cheaper country and still building the empire that he wants to build. But it's not requiring him to pay $2,300 a month where he's going to have to go find a better job and consistently stress about, am I going to keep this high paying job to keep my lifestyle so that I can build my business? So I give my 2 kudos to them because without those 2 individuals, shoot, I would have been on the deep end over here spending money on money, cars, and clothes and hoes. I mean, I still do it, but I would have been doing it at a reckless pace. But those are my 2 kudos, so I appreciate y'all, and I make sure I give y'all a shout out, and I love y'all both for what y'all do. Even though I don't tell y'all every day, at least I told the audience and y'all. So if y'all watch this, you'll hear it. But if you don't come back and tell me what I just said, I know you ain't watching this podcast. But anything else you want to say, Jordan?
No, brother. Yeah, I think that sums up this episode, man. It felt good. It felt good, and I'm excited to share our news with different people, and the way we're just going to continue to grow with the podcast, man. And this is fun. This is great. This is what Two Shades of Black is.
And if y'all got to the end of this episode, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I know that's 4 times, but like, comment, and subscribe. But also, we got social media coming out. So make sure the Instagram is getting updated. TikTok is getting updated. I don't know about Twitter. Twitter just be Twitter. I might give that to Jordan. But Twitter, and then YouTube's is dropping every week. So make sure y'all keeping up with Two Shades of Black, because we on this rocket ship, and I want to make sure all y'all with us. We'll grab some people along the way. Make sure y'all turn in for next episode, because it's coming right at you.
Hey.